Alright guys, welcome back to the Battle of the Berries in the Road to Wololo August Finals. Got VortiX here, Blue Trunks in the Delhi, while on the Abbasid we've got Nyan Racing Cat in the red. So in the Battle of the Berries we've got the mill opening here for VortiX, while Nyan is just going on the sheep at the moment. Both these civs getting the benefit of faster berries gathering, and when milled, the berries also do get an increased amount of food available. To increase capacity and drop off there for our Delhi player, while our Abbasid player going to get the same benefit out of the berries once he eventually goes to those. And putting a house here because he wants to actually get the benefit of the stone golden age bonus. So our Delhi player VortiX, so getting efficient production and piety. He's going to be able to take Sanctity when he goes into Age 2 so he can get control of the sacred sites. Already a bit of a difference in build with that. So the Scholar's going to allow for free upgrade researching at a quicker rate, which is sort of the real deal for Delhi. Gives them all that gather rate and all those armory upgrades for free over their opponents, but they do kick in slower than if their opponents beeline in. Well, Abbasid with House of Wisdom, they get basically free gather rate upgrades on top of the normal ones anyway. So the House of Wisdom gives such nice bonuses there. Better than normal research speeds as well. And on top of that, getting Castle Age with the Culture Wing. Preservation of Knowledge means that you do save on all techs anyways, without the penalty of having to take forever to actually research them. But in saying that, these Scholars for VortiX are going to be able to be active on the map very early, get control of these sacred sites, trickle him some gold, and even mean when he goes to Castle Age, he can instantly start snatching up relics. He's got a religious building to put them in, he's got monks to pick them up with. Sorry, Scholars to pick them up with. Well, Imam production for Nyan is going to be something that doesn't start until Castle Age. So he's not going to be able to contest, well, he's not going to be able to win sacred sites. He can contest them, he just can't win them. Not going to be able to pick up the relics until he's willing to invest in a mosque. And so Nyan actually having to cancel there. Well, I suppose he didn't really need to cancel, it's just that he decided against going for the quick second town centre here. Well, VortiX, don't have faith in the way he's going to get cheaper Scholars, faster training on them as well, so he can put them in the mosque, and he can have them active out in the field once he gets Sanctity. So yeah, and having to deal with VortiX being a huge pest to his villagers here. Let's pull one back. Let it get quite low. Getting another 15 gold hopefully. Because if he can get fresh foodstuffs, reap the benefit of cheaper villagers, an attack that really pays for itself after about 7 villages produced. And yeah, it's going to have to bring this one back home. Ooh, but another hit and it goes down. VortiX not wanting to risk the scout for it. So Nyan's now going on the stone. He's got spears on the way with the barracks. And VortiX Damn the faith. He's not added any production yet. And he's also going to have double unit production out of structures if he puts a scholar in them. So VortiX instantly throwing down a blacksmith. He wants to reap the benefit of super quick military techs. All of his upgrades. So Sanctity, double broadaxe, horticulture, specialized pick, and all seeing eye. Well, that's just a follow-up. Now all in queue out of the mosque. So lightning fast bonuses there. Oh, Zeal, 16 minutes to train it. Units healed by scholars gain 50% attack speed for 3 seconds. A really nice buff. So double production speed here for the horsemen now. That prelate in them. Sanctity only going to be 2 minutes away. So VortiX going to apply the pressure to Nyan, who's going to go for... So Nyan Racing Cat is going to go for spears to try and defend here, but at the same time, he's not really going to have a lot of mobility out on the map. He's going to try and defend the vills while he goes for the second town centre. Which it looks like VortiX is eager to try and scout. He's going to see spears heading this way. He's going to realise what his opponent's trying to do. So VortiX a little bit slow onto the stone. He's going to see the town centre go up straight away. He's going to lose a scout to the spear, so it's nice of Nyan to catch that. He's got the spears here to defend the vills while they go for the town centre. There's only a couple of them to get it built, so it is really smart for Nyan to bring these spears and then to minimize the number of villages he's actually brought over here, because then this way he's actually really maximizing the gathering he's getting out at home. Like a lot of people would bring 15, well not 15, but maybe 8 villages or so to actually get this built, or 10, 12 maybe. You really only need 5 or 6 if you're going to bring some spears to defend or whatever the right counter unit is, and then you don't have to worry so much about bringing villages back. But Nyan's going to want to finish up this mill, so we can put the villagers on that. Well, VortiX looking to units all over the map. He's going to finish Sanctity, so he's going to start going for all these sacred sites. He's going to send a horseman down to save this scholar who's going to be under attack by 2 wolves in a second. Spears coming up to try and ward off the horseman escort. So VortiX is going to have to hightail it out of there, dropping a horseman, but at the same time there is only spears there for Nyan, so if VortiX can get archers there like he's got on this other sacred, he can get control of it. So this solar is going to be safe as well, so VortiX is going to get control of 2 sacreds. He should be able to collapse on the 3rd one, but Nyan, oh, he's run some spears in, but it's a bit of a mistake. He sort of needed to bring some of his own horsemen or bowmen here as well. He does have access to the horsemen, and he's going to get some bowmen too. Bearing in mind our Delhi player can always double up on production out of any one building. Although he really should get the scholar out while he's training the upgrade, because it doesn't actually half the time to train it. A bit of a mistake there by VortiX behind this. He really should actually have the prelate in another building and then move it across once the upgrade finishes. But even gods make mistakes. Well, it looks like the villagers are going to be able to push off that scholar for the minute. And Nyan's going to lose that trade there. His horseman taking the engagement lower. Well, VortiX eager to try and get control of this third sacred site. One spearman there for Nyan getting picked off. Well, Nyan's trying to wall in the sacred site as best he can. He's going to lose the villager, but he's got a lot of horsemen and spears now. He has dropped a couple of units early on here, but he's going to try and raid that gold mine. This could be very worthwhile for Nyan if he can get a villager kill or two. Really turn things around. Looks like Nyan's actually going to catch out all the archers here for VortiX, so this would be very nice for him being active out on the map. So VortiX going to lose the scholar and a bunch of archers, largely for free there. The horsemen need to get out too, but one of them just gets evaporated. While this is going on, VortiX has been raiding the gold mine here of Nyan, so he's going to get a villager out of it. The archers focusing down the spear, and the value they're likely to get here. So spears harassing VortiX's eco now. But I don't think Nyan's managed to get any villagers. A few of them have gotten quite low though. And now they're idle, so that's hurting VortiX's eco slightly, and he is chasing Nyan back. Going to get a couple of kills here. That is a bit of idle time. Nyan is housed at the moment though, so he's desperately trying to get that house going once again. Here we go. VortiX's food eco kicking into gear. And spears versus spear horsemen. VortiX has got to back out for now. He's still got control of two sacred sites, so he's getting some nice gold trickle through this. A lot of army production. Nyan really only building a couple of archers at the moment. But he needs to try and get a bit more wood. Try and get another lumber camp down if he can. And none of this is actually joined up to his base. So that'll be sort of hurting the fact that he doesn't have that third tier of the House of Wisdom yet. He hasn't quite got enough buildings, but he'd be a lot closer if that all was joined up. Once again, Nyan getting population cap for the minute. So throw down a panic house instead of possibly just putting one here, and then another here and another here to link all this up. So a slight mistake there for him. Or even that range could sync all these buildings up a little bit quicker. Or VortiX streaming all of his units through. He's ready to take a fight. He's a little bit ahead in terms of population. 43 and 52 to 55 and 35. So our Delhi player playing off one town centre. Does have the benefit of the two relics in the bank though. And our Abbasid player pop up a couple of times here. So VortiX is just going for it. He's just going to try and dive on top of Nyan's army. In the meanwhile, the archer's just going to camp units coming out of production at the moment. The camel archer's being picked off. The other two are going to be a bit of a pest for the horsemen that are here. Now the archers join the fray. For VortiX and Nyan, really going to have to try and defend this as best as he can. Really needs to get something garrisoned in those towers just to try and thin out this ranged cap. Here we go, horsemen joining the mix now for Nyan. So VortiX's army, oh, there's still a lot of a front line there for Nyan. Doesn't really have any backline, no range left. So the horsemen joining that fight a fair bit late there. They must have been cleaning up a raid of VortiX's that I missed, but VortiX is now really punishing Nyan. He's splitting the army up like that. And he's still cleaning up units as they come out of production. It looks like Nyan will be able to clean up some of the archers this time. Ooh, some nice control there by VortiX, and Nyan's got to try and get out of there once again with his horsemen. Not able to keep producing through all this. As units are coming out, they're just getting picked off. Archers being used to great effect by VortiX at the moment. The tower now going to get singled out. It is doing a good job at thinning out the front line. Spears and archers being made by Nyan are just getting murdered at the moment by VortiX. Nyan's not able to afford any upgrades, while VortiX, a lot of his Feudal Age upgrades have all kicked in, and he's even gone to Castle Age now, so he can take another round of upgrades and start getting control of all these relics. He's got control of the 2 sacred sites already. And now VortiX retreating, but it's a bit of a false retreat, I think. He's got a lot more army than Nyan at the moment. He's just trying to chip away at a couple of these units. Might be able to pick off a horseman and a spear here if he can. A nice trade for him, but now he's going to overextend. This will be really rough for him. VortiX is just going to clean up a lot of this army. The front line of Nyan's once again being all picked off, and now archers as well. Nyan slips a little bit further behind. He is going to go for 3 TC Abbasid just to try and boom through this, because he can match his opponent's gold generation with faster eco production. So 63 Vils and 22 military for Nyan versus 51 and 40. And VortiX, you know, that's not a huge gap at all. Even with only 1 town center, he's lost a lot less Vils. And all in all, he's had a lot more efficient fights so far. These Castle Age upgrades not far off. A minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and they'll all start kicking in. Going to be really rough, particularly once the armory ones kick in. For Nyan to take a fight, he'll be down in terms of damage and armor against a larger force. So he's trying to get some more towers in the mix. He'll be eager to try and get to castle if he can, but he's got a lot of wood in the bank just to try and get these towers out. So Lancers overrunning the villages there. The archers coming forward as well. So Nyan's parked his archers behind his town center to try and keep them safe, but there's Lancers on top of them already. They're going to get surrounded here. They're going to clean up much of the archer count, but VortiX proving too strong in this one, and GG.